Rumble Roses. And the intro that didn't know when to stop. Seriously, that is a ridiculous intro. The 360 version was so much better in the intro area. It's not even funny. But this is the original Rumble Roses. I can record PlayStation 2 games now. I'm sure we're all happy about that. I decided to do this one because in the 360 version, I said that the game actually does have a story and the characters have motivations, but it's not really explored as much in the 360 version as it was in the original. So I decided to hop in and actually take a look at the story mode and the motivations behind at least one of the characters. And last time, I played as Rico, so I decided this time I will play as the other main character, arguably, Dixie Clemets, the Dixie Rose. Let us go.
There's one gal I've always looked up to. Her name was Kamikaze Rose, the legendary wrestler. No matter how tough the going got, she would hang in there. The sight of her beautiful wrestling technique encouraged me when I was young. One day, she died in the ring. She looked like a fine rose cut from its stem. But she'll always be a superstar to me. Now, I'm following her example and getting in that ring to fight Kamikaze Rose's daughter. Reiko, I'm coming for ya!
A simple story, but effective enough. Gameplay mechanics are basically the same as they were before. Buttons are all the same, I think, if I can just remember them. I mean, it's been a whole month and a half. I mean, that's a crazy amount of time in video game years. I just realized there's no humiliation meter yet. I guess they introduce it later. I didn't really talk about the humiliation meter with Triple X, simply because it didn't really come up. But I actually did play this game again recently, and there is a mandatory match type where you have to use a humiliation move. So it's going to come up in this one, one way or another. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that little heart in the corner is the humiliation meter. And it fills up. I don't know why the moves that trigger it. It just seems kind of random and arbitrary. Now we have the Stunner! Stone Cold Stunner! And if you're wondering, yes, that is the straight up Stunner. Steve Austin, the famous Texan wrestler. One of the biggest wrestlers of all time. I think he was still one of the biggest wrestlers at the time when this came out. He wasn't past tense back then. He was still one of the best. Of course, unlike the Double X one I played, this one the difficulty will ramp up in each level, just because it's story mode, and that's the nature of story mode, really.
I was not quite strong enough, but permit me to suggest a bit of advice. Rumble Rose is not what you perceive it to be. Withdraw.
What's with the costume, darling? Playing ninja?
You are one of the primary objectives. Leave if you value your life.
Now it's my turn to be dishing out the advice. Never give a Texan an order.
So be it. I will say nothing more, but you must be on your guard.
Sure, I'll keep that in mind while I make my way to the top.
Cowgirl, very worthy opponent, but I still crush.
Okay, let's see what you got, sweetie.
Huh?
What?
Cowgirl has teats more magnificent than my sheep.
What'd you say about my... Shut your trap and fight!
I don't even know if she's racist or not. I don't even know what nationality she's supposed to be, really. I could probably look it up. And yeah, this mud wrestling match mode was also in Double X. I decided not to go there just because, I mean, look at it. It just looks like... Doesn't even look like mud. It looks like some texture artist just got mad and started scribbling all over everyone else's work. And I don't think the 360 one actually looked all that much better, to be honest. I do enjoy the submissions are given a whole new level of brutality when you're holding someone's head under the mud. Should be a death meter just for this arena. Oh, there's a ladder over there. Can I actually use that? I can. To the very top. I think that hit her. I think it did more damage to me than it did to her.
Down you go!
Stunner! I love that glorified, exaggerated stunner.
I feel like a pig wallowing in the mud. What kind of match is this?
Yo, cowgirl, you looking good. Just as a hit should.
Aisha! What you doing here?
I dropped my tour so I could come kick your ass.
Sorry, I don't have time for this, sugar.
Yeah, I can see you're busy with your mud.
Now you've done it.
Oh!
All right, that's enough of that. Huh? Sorry to cut in on the dance, but it's my turn next, Dixie.
Bad luck for you, darling. I'm in a particularly ornery mood today.
Still bent out of shape about the other day? I'm sorry if I ruined your little date.
Are you hearing okay? I told you that I'm in a bad mood. Let's cut the chat and get to fighting.
Play nice.
Come to think of it, I don't think you can buy this game either. It's never been ported to another system unless you count the sequel. Which, of course you don't. It's not the same game, it's a sequel. But with a game like this, I'm not sure how you do a full playthrough. I mean, it's like doing a full playthrough of a fighting game. You kind of can't. If I beat the story mode here, that technically is a full playthrough. Unless I want to just take notes and fight every match with every character, and I guess I could do that, theoretically. I think I hit her? Yeah, in some ways this game actually seems a little worse than its sequel, which is kind of as it should be, if you think about it. The sequel should improve upon the original, but the collision detection is a little bit wonkier than the second one. Not awful, but not quite as spot on. I'm not sure why there's no countouts in either of these games. Boom, there you go. Off the rope spear. There we go.
Stop playing possum. You threw that match.
Now, my little cowgirl, I only wanted to spare your body from any needless injuries.
Don't be such a poor sport. I'll send you on a stretcher back to the hospital.
Oh, I'm scared. That's enough for today. Rest, take 2 aspirin, and call in the morning.
Yo, Hick, ready for your beatdown?
You're just another wrestler getting in my way.
Ha! You'll find out soon enough. I'm not just some chick to be dismissed.
Why the attitude? What have I ever done to you?
You always acted like the queen of high school. No matter how hard I busted my ass, I couldn't measure up.
Yeah, but you're a big old star now. Let it go, sugar.
You were born rich. You can't understand what it's like for me. No matter how high I go, I'm never gonna be number 1. Until I take you down.
Aisha.
There's always something about PS2 lip sync and model acting and stuff that was always just a little bit off. But as if the character's body was animated completely independently from her lips. So it was like she would be emoting something with her hands and saying something entirely different with her lips. It was always just one of those really weird things. Yeah, you just kind of had to accept it back then. That's how things worked out. I don't know if it was a technique thing or a technology thing, but most games had that kind of thing to them. If only there were a referee. The referees are not allowed in the ring in this universe. I'm pretty sure the humiliation meter is actually easier to fill up in this game, too. I could not fill my humiliation meter in the second one. Come on. Nothing? Nothing. Ah!
Come and get it.
Fighting like a fighting game coward. Just turtling in the corner. It's a legitimate strategy! No, you're a coward. Deal with it. I'll treat you just like that.
Down you go.
And stunner! Ah, kick out. Yeah, let's start kicking out of your specials after enough bouts. Yeah! Love those rope moves. I wanted to yell superplex, but I don't think that's a superplex. Maybe it is. It kind of depends on what a suplex is in the first place. I'm still hazy on my wrestling moves. That's just attempted murder. As is that. Yeah, typically if you hit a humiliation move, it's just over right there. The humiliation move is basically the submission version of a super. That's what it is. Oh, didn't have to land anything else. There we go.
Give it up, sugar. You're done.
Done? Please, I want a rematch, and I want it to be an OHM this time.
You're fooling, right? You want to fight in that?
An OHM, I'll probably cut out that loading screen, so I'll just say it. An OHM is when you can only finish the match via a humiliation submission, which is kind of a weird winning condition, as far as in-universe logic goes. I guess it's kind of like saying you can only tap your opponent out. Like, submit only. Which is actually probably a pretty legit match type, but it's just a weird way to say it in universe. In fact, they don't really call them submissions. Well, they call them submissions, but The super submission is humiliation for some reason. And that just looks like she's trying to rip her head clean off. And she might be. You never know. Sissy. Can I actually tap her out without a humiliation move? I actually do not know. You may find out. And of course, each body part has its own submission with threshold. That was just weird. I'm not even sure how that was supposed to hurt. Ah, mash, mash, mash. Because as with the other one, most of the moves are fairly authentic wrestling moves. But some of them are obviously embellished upon for stylistic and appeal purposes. And some are just made up. Like the stunner finisher, as I said, is absolutely a real wrestling move. Just, he doesn't throw them in the air and attempt to actually take their head off on impact. I'm pretty sure he would get arrested for doing that in an actual match. I'm pretty sure it would take Superman to actually throw them in the air like that, too. Man, I am suddenly getting my butt kicked. Alright. Well, it hit 0, and she didn't tap, so I think I have to do the humiliation. And unfortunately, these humiliation-only matches kind of force you to do repetitive moves. That means she is ready to be humiliated. Because when you're dressed like that, you're easy to humiliate. Clearly. Haha. And the tap. And that was a humiliation move.
I'll let you off.
Much obliged. I've had enough.
One condition, though. You better not let anyone but me take you down.
That's a deal. Bring it on any old time. I'll be there if you're hankering for some canvas. Reiko, I've been waiting a long time for this.
I vowed to Mom that I would see this to the end.
That would be Kamikaze Rose, wouldn't it?
My mom's ring name? You know her?
Sure do. Watching her fights kept me going many a time when I was young. She's still my hero to this day.
She'd be glad to hear that. But I won't hold back. Mom wouldn't want that.
Wouldn't have it any other way, honey.
I adore the fact that ringside is littered in Contra and Metal Gear posters during the cutscenes. It's both a parody of wrestling and an advertisement. Double whammy. The perfect kind of whammy. Triple whammy is just too much. Then you start getting over whammied. I think the humiliation move is actually more powerful than the finisher. Because I have never seen someone kick out of a humiliation move. Well, they don't kick out, it's a submission, but you know what I mean. They always tap.
You really are a nip off the old bud. That was a good fight.
It sure was. Don't drop your guard. I'll be back to fight you again someday.
That's fine. I'll be waiting for you.
Are you two going to hug? You make me sick.
Ow!
Get out of here. Your history.
What the hell?
I knew it. You have the perfect donor body.
Is that a compliment? Go play doctor with someone else.
Now, behave. I'm offering you the chance to fight against your hero, Kamikaze Rose. It's showtime.
I don't think we actually saw Lady X in the other game. Actually, I'm pretty sure she's in the other game. We just didn't see her. She doesn't really get humiliated easily. Which makes sense since she's a cyborg.
Get up, sissy.
Yeah, bulldog. I'm 90% sure that was a bulldog. Close to it, at least. I am just manhandling her.
Down you go. Ho!
Alright, I don't know if she landed a punch.
She ain't even human. That's what she must have meant by donor body.
Lady X substance. I'm not sure what the substance is supposed to mean at this point. She just kind of took off her trench coat. Maybe the more naked you are, the more substance you have. That would make sense. It is wrestling. The most famous stars are always the most naked ones. Unless you're the Undertaker. Or Sting. Oh! Cyborg Stunner. And of course, like all final boss fights, she is completely cheap. And her special move meter is almost full already. True fighting game boss. She doesn't get humiliated, as noted before.
Get up, sissy.
Ugh. Ah! That happened. With the way the game's counter system works, she can basically just not get hit as long as she doesn't want to. Because she can read my button inputs. And so far, it's actually not that bad. She's not like countering everything. She's just laying on the hurt very quickly. Which is fair enough,
Get up, sissy.
given her boss status.
Down you go. Come and get it.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect her to stay down.
Aisha.
Yo, cowgirl. I already told you. I'm the one that's gonna take you down.
Guess that means there's no need for thanks.
Got that right. I won the tournament. That's thanks enough.
Whoa there. After losing so many times, you have a lot of gall to say that.
Last one standing in the ring wins.
Now you've really gone and done it. Bring it on.
Well, let me roll up onto the sidewalk and take a look, yeah? Whoa.
That was Rumble Rose's story mode. That actually went quicker than I thought it would. Yeah, I like both of the Rumble Roses games. They're very unique takes on the wrestling genre. Short of literally being cartoons, they're as silly and exaggerated as you can get. Love the music too. Love the music. I could just sit here and listen to it, really. There's not really much I can say about this one. Didn't also apply to Rumble Roses XX. They're basically the same thing, except this one has a bit more story to it. The other one had more mechanics, though, I think. This one also has the face-heel dynamic that the second one has. I'm actually not sure if the second one has more characters or not. I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll decide to play through the other characters. Not like in a series in a row, just maybe do one every once in a while. Because this is one that Konami is unlikely to ever touch again. I mean, if they won't make another Suikoden, if they won't make another actual Castlevania game, they're probably not going to make another Rumble Roses game. I doubt this franchise will ever be touched again. Written by David Lee Roth. Why do I know that name? I'm actually not sure. Surprise the world with fresh new concepts. Well, I think it did surprise people with this one. Can't actually argue with that. That's actually a nice little letter. If only you weren't published by Konami. Sergeant Clemets can now play in story mode, which is Dixie Clemets' heel persona, actually. So, maybe if I do another one of these, I will just do that one, and then just keep going. And of course, it's a PS2 game, so you need a memory card. Which is normal. And anyway, that was Rumble Roses. And I'll see you in the next game, actually. Later.